Welcome back, everyone. You do that really well. I'll tell you, you really do. Okay, a couple of things I need to tell you about. First is that we have this awkward 3 seconds while the graphics are playing, where we have to pretend that we're talking to each other. So you did great.
Yeah, the expressions. Yeah.
So I'm going to start with a story. About 6 months ago, a mutual friend that I'd known forever, who worked at the ABC affiliate down in Albany, said, my son's a film critic, and you want to talk to him? So I thought, okay, come in. Lo and behold, Jackson comes in, and we find out that not only does he have a love of film, but, man, you really know this business like nobody knows it.
Well, thank you very much.
So fast forward, we're premiering a look at the movies, which is starting next week, where Jackson is going to be giving us information about movies that are being released, as well as movies, new home movies, I guess is what you call that, right?
Yeah.
So welcome. It's great to have you here.
Thank you very much for having me.
There's just too many ways to start this joke, but how's Matt Damon?
Oh, Matt Damon's great. Yeah. I got to meet him at the Critics' Choice Awards last month in California, and it was so fun. I asked him, because he has a bitter rivalry on TV with Jimmy Kimmel. I said, are you and Jimmy Kimmel really friends? He laughed and he goes, publicly, definitely not. So I enjoyed hearing that, and he was very, very nice.
You have to know something about Jackson. He loved the movies. I think were you saying when you were like 4 or 7 years old you started, right?
Yeah.
And you had two people real celebrities in mind when you decided that you wanted to venture into this. Who were they?
Yeah, film critic Roger Ebert really inspired me to get into this, as well as Regis Philbin, the talk show and game show host. As far as live television is concerned and being in front of the camera and telling stories, those are the two guys that really inspired me, and I got to meet both of them and become friends with both of them, which is amazing.
You did. He was telling me the story before we went on air that with Regis Philbin, they started to communicate back and forth, send pictures and whatever. You went down to the taping of one of the shows.
Yes.
And he spotted you in the audience.
That's right. And
Isn't that something?
Yeah, he took me up to his office, gave me a tie, gave me a tour of his incredible office with tons of merchandise and things he got over the years, and he's been incredible, really has.
I can't believe that. Now, when you're out in LA, like you're out for film, the Critics Award, you really do get to see everyone, and you've established yourself very quickly with the A-list, as we say in the business, with the A, and I'm not kidding, right? Whether it's Matt Damon or George Clooney or any, Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
You mentioned a lot of these people.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston was fantastic. I got to see Kung Fu Panda 3 when I was out in LA on Friday night. Saturday, the press junket for the movie at the Four Seasons Hotel in Beverly Hills, which I heard you've stayed at.
Yes,
I heard you know that quite well.
I do know it.
I interviewed the two directors, taking a picture with them afterwards in the lobby with a poster on a stand. All of a sudden, the stand starts moving, and Bryan Cranston comes out from behind the stand. He tried to photobomb the photo. He was really nice, and then saw him the next day at Critics' Choice, and he remembered me from the day before, and that was pretty fun. It really was.
So tell me, you really love this business,
I
right?
do. Yeah.
Is there any way you could sort of just tell us why?
It's so fascinating, and it evolves all the time, and it's so exciting, especially with awards season. We're getting into the Academy Awards, and it's always an exciting time to make predictions and to see what happens. And there's constantly news every single day about what's going on with movies and TV and shows and music and everything. And it's just fascinating. I love it. There's always something new. There really is.
Well, it's pretty obvious that you're awful young to be this accomplished.
Well, thank you.
So, I just can't, I've got to just say, the reason he's here today is because he has off from school this week. And you go to school right in Albany, right?
Yes, I do. I do.
That's really that's just really something.
Thank you.
We are starting this series.
Yeah.
It's next week, and each week we're going to be talking about movies. Now, how will you select these movies?
These are going to be the big movies that are opening up in theaters this weekend that hopefully look good and that you may want to check out from a variety of genres, the big comedies, the dramas, the action movies, the animated features, which I love especially. Yeah, what's opening up this weekend, and then as well a great recommendation for a new at-home release, something you can watch over the weekend at home if you really want to stay in.
Boy, am I looking forward to this. And I don't know whether we have to wait till the next vacation to have you back on, but you're welcome anytime.
Thank you very much.
Come in and talk about it. So Jackson, it's wonderful to have you here.
Thanks very much.
It's great that we're starting this series.
Yes.
And don't forget to check it out. Look at the movies with Jackson Murphy. Great to see you.
Thanks very much. Thanks.
To see this interview again, you can head to our website, LookTVOnline.com.